Hello friends, welcome to Audiobook Daily. Today we'll talk about The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest, published in 2020. Arnie had spent years climbing the wrong mountains. On paper, her life looked perfect: stable job, good friends, a comfortable routine. Yet every night, she felt a strange heaviness settle in her chest, as if she were living an unlived life. She had dreams she never started, goals she never finished, and emotions she never truly faced. One weekend, exhausted from her own unexplainable sadness, she decided to hike a local mountain. She wasn't prepared, no plan, no training, not even proper shoes. She only knew one thing: something inside her needed her to climb. The sun was rising, the air cold and sharp. The trail appeared steep and endless. Just looking at it made her heart squeeze. It felt familiar. This mountain looks exactly like my life, she thought. Steep, heavy, overwhelming, but waiting to be climbed. She inhaled deeply and took her first step, without knowing that this climb would become the metaphor that finally explained her entire life. The mountain is you. Brianna Wiest's book teaches one powerful truth. Your mountain is not outside you. Your mountain is your own internal resistance. Everything you want, success, peace, growth, healing, requires confronting the parts of you standing in the way. 1. Understanding the real enemy, self-sabotage. Wiest explains that self-sabotage isn't because we're weak or lazy. It comes from hidden fears, old trauma, limiting beliefs, deep subconscious protection. You procrastinate because you fear failure. You overthink because uncertainty makes you feel unsafe. You avoid opportunities because success feels unfamiliar. Your brain chooses comfort over growth, even when comfort is destroying you. Self-sabotage simply means there is a part of you that does not feel ready for the life you are asking for. To change your life, you must understand that part of yourself. 2. Emotional intelligence, turning pain into power. Wiest says the first step to transformation is emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize and manage your inner world. Instead of reacting impulsively, blaming others, or drowning in emotions, you learn to observe, understand, pause, respond, heal. Feelings are not enemies. They are messages. Anxiety says, something needs attention. Anger says, a boundary is being crossed. Sadness says, you're holding on to something that wants to be released. When you stop numbing your feelings and start listening to them, you instantly become more powerful. 3. Rewriting patterns and breaking cycles. Many people repeat the same painful cycles, choosing the same unhealthy relationships, quitting right before success, distrusting good things, avoiding discipline, sabotaging new beginnings. Wiest explains, we repeat dysfunctional patterns because they are familiar. Your nervous system prefers predictable pain over unpredictable possibility. To break patterns, you must identify the belief behind the behavior. Replace it with a healthier one. Take consistent new actions even when uncomfortable. Change doesn't begin with motivation. Change begins with identity. For becoming your future self. One of the most powerful lessons in the book. Your future self should be your role model. Imagine your highest self. What does she believe? How does she act? What standards does she accept? What does she walk away from? What habits does she follow? Transformation happens when you think like her, behave like her, show up like her, make decisions like her. Not someday. You don't wait to become her. You become her by choosing differently today. 5. The work of healing, removing what blocks you. Healing is not becoming a new person. Healing is returning to who you were before the world hurt you. Wiest covers powerful healing steps. Letting go of old identities. Accepting responsibility. Stopping the chase for external validation. Releasing guilt and shame. Building self-trust. Learning boundaries. Retraining emotional responses. Healing is painful because it requires honesty. But the discomfort is the doorway to freedom. 6. Climbing your mountain, choosing yourself every day. Your mountain is your biggest internal challenge. Fear of failure, fear of success, perfectionism, emotional wounds, comfort addiction, overthinking, lack of boundaries. Climbing it requires self-awareness, courage, discipline, accountability, daily tiny steps, self-compassion, a willingness to let go. When you decide to climb your mountain, life stops happening to you and starts happening through you. By midday, Arnie was halfway up the mountain. Sweat ran down her back. Her legs trembled. She wanted to stop. Every old belief resurfaced. You're not strong enough. You always quit. You don't finish things. You're not made for more. She leaned against a rock, exhausted. And then she realized the real thing she was fighting wasn't the trail. It was herself, her fears, her excuses, her old versions, her smallness. She wiped her face, took a deep breath, and whispered, "If the mountain is me, then I can climb me." Step by step, she kept going. Not faster, not harder, just forward. When she finally reached the top, the view wasn't what brought her to tears. It was the truth. Nothing in her life had been blocking her except the limits she placed on herself. She wasn't weak. She wasn't broken. She wasn't stuck. She was simply ready to rise. As she looked over the horizon, sunlight warming her skin, she felt it for the first time. The mountain inside her had moved. And she had moved it. Thank you for listening. See you in next Audiobook Daily.